Hello, my name is Brian Smith, coming to you today with a project that we've been charged with in our summer course of English 112 at Nash Community College, our instructor of Miss Hopper. The project is a media assignment that we find a controversy that's in our major that we're currently enrolled in. And since I am in industrial technology focused in supervision, the title of our video will be The Price of Poor Supervision. This video is going to have 4 skits in it, 4 separate skits of how poor supervision can affect a company. So I will include my 2 daughters, and my lovely wife will be my camera woman for this video. So stay tuned for the skits. Haley and Rylan, Supervisor Pete wants us to change this one fixture out. It's got a bad system in it. Rylan, do you remember getting any training to change these things out?
No.
I really don't remember any either. Haley, do you recall any kind of training on where the source of feed will be? You think we'll be okay? Have you ever done this before?
No.
Hand me my gloves and my tools. You know, I really don't feel comfortable doing this without the proper training.
Just go ahead and do it.
What do you think, Haley?
Just do it.
Alright, you guys are the senior guys on the crew. It goes nothing. This skit was to show how poor supervision within technical fields could actually lead to accidents and sometimes fatality. These accidents cost companies numerous amounts of dollars, and also could cost the employee numerous amounts of dollars, going to doctor visits, hospitalization, loss of wages, loss of time. So, man, I'll be glad when this project's over with.
Me too.
I'm just really tired of working 55, 60 hours a week. You know, I got an interview this coming Friday with another company.
You're leaving? What's going on?
You know, Supervisor Pete, he expects us to work 55, 60 hours a week. I hear him going around to other people in the group, just belittling them, talking behind people's backs. The communication, it's not there. I really don't feel comfortable going to talk to him if I had an issue come up. And you don't appreciate, I don't feel like I'm appreciated. Do you feel like you're appreciated? And also, us working 55, 60 hours a week to bust our tail to finish this project to make him look good, and we're not going to get any recognition. Besides, I haven't had a raise in 3 years. This skit was to show how poor supervision drives good employees away. And a couple of findings that I've got here was a Gallup report dated back in 1999 found that employees do not leave companies, they leave managers and supervisors. And another report, which is the Psychology Today report, says a worker's relationship with his boss is nearly equal in importance to his relationship with his spouse when it comes to overall well-being. You know, when these supervisors drive away these good quality employees, it basically slows down production as well, because they're actually having to go out and spend more money recruiting new hires coming in, spending money on training. Production slows down because you got new hires in. So. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Supervisor Pete.
Rylan, I was in your queue earlier this morning, seeing you had 5 new site visits, right?
Right.
2 in Wallace, 1 in Teachy, and 2 in Rose Hill, correct?
Yes, sir.
The Fernandez customer in Teachy that was requesting the area light, I think it would probably, let's go ahead and sell in the LED.
Okay.
And also, on Sandy Street in Magnolia, that customer was requesting us to remove some facilities. I know that site pretty well. Let's go ahead and charge that customer to do that work.
You sure?
Yes, go ahead. Hey, the project you're working on, was that the subdivision that I gave you last week?
Yes, sir.
This is that 50-lot subdivision just north of Beulahville, correct?
Correct.
I know that developer and his track record. Let's go ahead and charge him lot deposits for all 50 lots.
Why do you want to charge them lot deposits?
I just think, let's go ahead and charge them lot deposits.
Doesn't he trust us to do anything? Apparently not. I mean, we've only been working here for 10 years. May 15.
That skit was to show how a supervisor micromanaging his employees on a day-to-day basis will lose respect and ultimately lose productivity.
Ron, you know how to bring the power into a new subdivision? No, I don't. I've never had to work with that. But you could ask Supervisor Pete. I haven't seen him in a week. You know what? Just forget it. Can we go to Starbucks, take a break? Sure.
This last skit is to show how poorly supervised employees are less productive. And I have a citation from the Gallup survey. It says, found that poorly managed people were 50% less productive than well-managed people. So in conclusion, now you've seen the 4 skits, starting with skit number 1, you've seen the crew that was out in the field. Guy was working on the ladder. He had made mention that he felt like he had not had the proper training from his supervisor, kind of was uneasy about the task at hand, but did it anyway. Could have led to an accident or ultimately led to fatalities. So if this were to happen within the corporation, then this is going to cost some big money. Skit number 2 was, you seen the supervisor was driving away a good employee. When these good employees are driven away from the company, and you heard within the skit that a lot of times that these employees are leaving because of supervisors and managers, not because of something the company has done. When this happens, the supervisor normally has to start over. He has to start by recruiting more help to replace the good employee that left. Once he gets the help in, he has to spend the time and the money to bring this new employee up to where he can be productive. So that leads you to believe that productivity goes down when these good employees leave. And it also throws extra burden on surrounding employees that may be picking up some of the excess work that a good employee left. Skit number 3, micromanaging. You've seen where Supervisor Pete was micromanaging what Haley and Rylan was doing. You've seen the disgust on her face, and that happens in our real world. When micromanaging happens, you lose trust, you lose respect, and you probably have decrease in productivity as well. Skit number 4, the last skit, you've seen it was lack of supervision or poor supervision. Haley was kind of confused on the task that she had, asked Rylan for some help. Rylan couldn't help her, so they were going to refer to Supervisor Pete. You heard Haley say that hadn't seen the supervisor in a week, was very disgusted about this situation. When the supervisor are not readily around to give guidance and help, you could tell the disgust. This leads to decrease in productivity. As you can tell, Haley and Rylan probably spend a lot of time at the Starbucks. So that's the conclusion. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed.